Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is my review of one of the most anticipated films of 2016, in my opinion. I am not a comic fan. I'm not a DC or Marvel fan. But when I saw the initial trailers for this movie, I was very excited to finally see it. The movie, of course, is Suicide Squad in IMAX, in 3D. I saw it with some good friends tonight. Great friends, I should say. Some really great friends. All of us were quite excited to see this movie, even though I don't know how close or, a love for the original material. Don't know much about it. I'm familiar with the Joker. I'm familiar with Harley Quinn. Can't say anybody else, really, in this movie. Yes, Batman does make an appearance. It was in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling any of that. So I was excited to see a little bit of Batman, Ben Affleck, in the movie as well. The film, of course, is directed by David Ayers, who has directed some good movies. He's not a great director or great writer. I did love Training Day, and I feel like his strongest film as a director is Fury from 2014. But I was excited to see his approach on this really ambitious project. We get to know a lot of the famous DC comic book villains from the past. Of course, I'm only familiar with a couple of them. A lot of them are quite new to me. But, get to see them all get together and hopefully, they're bad. They're the villains. They're evil, but they're brought together to hopefully do some good. The movie has a huge list of amazing actors and actresses. Margot Robbie plays Harley Quinn. Jared Leto plays the Joker, of course. That was probably the biggest reveal when this movie was announced. Will Ferrell. Yeah, that's who I wanted to see in this movie. I wanted some Will Ferrell. No, Will Smith plays a villain of some kind of death something. I don't know, and I don't care. But Viola Davis is this person that is brought up in this movie, and I believe this is the third film in the brand new DCCU, so the DC Cinematic Universe. I think this is the third film. And the events of this film, of course, happen after what happened in Batman v Superman. We get to know all of these famous villains. Joel Kinnaman's in the film, Jay Hernandez, Jai Courtney, a lot of G's. Margot Robbie, as I said before, is in the film, and I might bring up somebody else later. There's a lot going on in this movie, and I'm very excited to see the film, and I really tried, and I think I succeeded in staying away from anybody's opinion before watching this. So before I share my opinion about this film, I invite you to stop the video right now, go see the film, and then come back and see what I have to say about the movie. For someone who's not tied or has any emotion for the actual, the real story, the original story, I should say, that most comic book fans have, DC fans have, I'm coming out of this film as just a fan of film, fan of movies, fan of entertainment, fan of big blockbusters, and I walked away somewhat disappointed. But I don't hate this movie. I'm not someone out here that's going to hate on this film, that's going to say it's a complete waste of your time, that it's something that should never have happened. No, I'm not going to say any of that. I'm not going to agree with any of that, if anybody's opinion is that. I would agree if they enjoyed the film, but they had some criticisms about it. I would totally be fine to listen to that, and even if I didn't totally agree, that's the opinions I really want to hear. The people that, either loved the film or liked it, and the people that didn't like it. I mean, of course, but the people that outright say it's not something you should watch, it's not something that should exist, it's horrible, it's just another horrible example of this new DC universe. I didn't like Man of Steel. I was very surprised by how much I enjoyed Batman v Superman. I saw the R-rated cut of Batman v Superman. I really enjoyed that. So it's growing on me. It's definitely growing on me. And I like the approach that this movie takes. I love the visual style. I love the soundtrack, the score written by Stephen Price. It's definitely something I would like to listen to over and over and over again. I like the incorporation, the inclusion of the music that is placed in this movie. It's a really great soundtrack, even though I feel it's great to hear those songs, but I can't say that they really should have been a part of this movie. I just felt like they were really tacked on to the film. And that's my biggest complaint of the movie, is I feel that this movie is really messy. It's uneven. The pacing is all off. You know, we get a cool introduction to some of the characters. Then, as the movie goes along, we get out of nowhere, just like we're into this movie, and then suddenly something happens where we get some backstory. And I know we need some of that backstory, but it didn't feel like it was earned. It didn't feel like it was part of the film. It felt so out of place. And you know, we have this introduction to a new Joker now. And it's hard not to think about the old Jokers of the past and then see this new one. I don't say it's the best. I'm just saying it's something different. It's something that we're going to have to get used to. If we don't like it, we're going to have to get used to it, because we're going to see this Joker from Jared Leto. I thought he was fine. I wish there was more. I don't want to spoil anything about the film, what happens to the Joker in this movie, but I wish there was more. I can't say that I'm in love with Jared Leto's Joker just yet. It's just a different approach. I'm not saying it's better or worse. It's just different. And something hopefully with a solo Batman movie, it will feel more earned, a part of the film. I feel like, okay. I have mixed emotions about Joker. Surprisingly, my favorite aspect of this film, or I should say the favorite character of this film and the best performance of the movie, comes from Margot Robbie. Not only is she a beautiful woman, she's attractive, I really feel like she becomes Harley Quinn, even though I'm not really familiar with the Harley Quinn character. I've seen some cartoons about it, not all, but I've seen a few cartoons. So, see her on screen, I thought she was having a blast. I had a blast watching her. I laughed a few times as I enjoyed her performance. She was the one that stood out the most to me. The rest of the cast is fine. Viola Davis is good in the movie, but some of the things that she does, some of her character motivations really upset me, and I didn't really understand kind of what this whole plan was. It was really interesting to see this group come together, but I felt like they were going to come together for something more important. And when we get to find out who the true villain is, I wasn't really that shocked. Or I should say, I wasn't really that into it. I didn't really feel like that was interesting enough for these people to get together and go on this adventure together. I feel like some people had chemistry. We got to know some of the squad, some of the Suicide Squad more than others, and some of the characters, like this is Alligator or this Killer Croc character, that looked great. Makeup was great, but I never really cared about him. And I could say that about Jay Hernandez's fire-breathing character. I liked his look, and I was hoping I'd like some of his backstory, because it's very sad, but I honestly didn't care about him. So, in the end, I have really strong mixed emotions about this film that I could go on and on and on. It's a visually stunning film. See it in IMAX, great sound, great visuals. 3D was okay, you know, there were some nice scenes in 3D, others was like, this is a waste in 3D. But I think if you're going to see a movie like this, you got to see it on the big screen. You got to see it with all the great visuals and the great sound, because it's a decent film. I don't imagine ever watching it again. I would like to see where we're going to go from here in the future. I can't imagine seeing the movie again. Maybe I'll watch it if there's an extended cut. We heard in rumors that there was a version that, I think after Batman v Superman came out, there were some edits to the film. You know, I don't know what was changed. I would like to see the original vision from David Ayers. Maybe that's a better film. But this one is all over the place. Sometimes it's really great. Sometimes it's really good. And sometimes it's just like, it falls, like, seriously flat on its face. I wish this was great. This movie should have been a great film, but in the end, it's a decent one. Some people will love it, other people will hate it. I am in the middle somewhere, and I thought it was watchable. In the end, a watchable, decent film that I don't know how long I'm going to think about it. I honestly don't know. So I thought it was okay. I liked it. I kind of liked it. For that, I will give the Suicide Squad that I saw in IMAX 3D, I will give it a solid, I'm going to be nice, I'll give this a solid 2.5 stars out of 4.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.